Please join us in welcoming Anja Nikolovska.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anja Nikolovska, and my work lives where creativity, data, and strategy meet. For more than a decade in IT and software, I've led brand transformations across markets, uniting design, comms, and growth into one motion. Pikasa Analytics and our monitoring platform for social media and media monitoring, Analytics Live, stands at the crossroad of technology and human understanding. We were built on the belief that the data alone doesn't explain the world, it only describes. Meanings come from interpretation, from connecting patterns to people, and from transforming insight into action. With more than 15 years of expertise in data analytics, AI, and media research, Pikasa and the platform Analytics Live help organizations, institutions, and brands across more than 30 countries make sense of the digital noise in real time, revealing who drives conversation, what narratives shape public opinion, and how audiences evolve. Our approach is rooted in customization, innovation, and that real-time insights adapted to every client's context. At Pikasa, we bridge the gap between numbers and nuance, between noise and narrative, and between what is happening and why it matters. We don't just monitor media, we understand it. We turn attention into understanding and understanding into strategy. Because in a world overflowing with information, clarity is the ultimate intelligence. In Pikasa, my job is to guide our marketing strategy with a deep feel for market dynamics, audience behavior, and emerging trends. Through Analytics Live, the platform that I was mentioning earlier, my job is to translate complex data into clear human stories, so insights move from dashboards to decisions and from numbers to narratives. I believe that marketing isn't just promotion, it's storytelling with consequences. Data becomes emotion, strategies become experiences, and understanding becomes an impact. And that's the spirit behind Pikasa, and the story I'm here to tell you today. Every story begins with curiosity. Ours began with a single one. Can we truly understand the world that lives online? Not just content, but feelings. The internet was overflowing with voices. Every day, thousands of headlines, millions of posts, and countless opinions fought for a second of our attention. Everyone was talking, and almost no one was listening. So we decided to listen, to decode how people think, react through data, language, and again, emotion. And that's how our story began. Not with rote and not with algorithms, but with a desire to understand. We have been monitoring Albania's media for the last 30 different media scenes for the last 10 plus years. For the purposes of this presentation, we have done an analysis on the media scene in Albania for September. So, as I said, we started with the media, the heartbeat of public discourse. In September alone, we tracked 103 outlets nationwide, which together published more than 130,000 articles, generating 1.8 million engagements. At first, it all looked chaotic, a torrent of content without any order. But beneath the surface, patterns began to appear. Politics and foreign affairs dominated both visibility and discussion, together making up over 60% of total news in Albania, while sports gave freedom to the feed, remaining third position with 15 to 17% of volume, engagement, and articles. Opinion pieces were really rare, as you can see, but they were really powerful within engagement. They delivered the highest engagement per article, proving that the interpretation connects more than information. And that was the first lesson that we learned. Digital chaos has a heartbeat, and that heartbeat is our ocean. The top 10 media outlets reproduced exactly a third of all news in Albania, 33%, capturing more than half of total engagement, 60%, and that's almost two-thirds, proving how audience attention is concentrated among a few dominant players. Every marketer, every company, even the media themselves want to know who's leading the conversation, who's the top media outlet, and on social media, who has the loudest influence voice. But the truth is, there is no simple answer. Number one by what? Engagement, number of articles, direct visits, number of followers. The slide behind me shows just 3 different metrics we monitor. And yes, and so you can see 3 different champions. Each one leads in a different way. And these are just 3 of the 15 parameters we track our platforms by. So we can see by engagement who's the first, number of articles, who's the first podcast, who's the first by daily visits. For example, one of the 50 parameters I'm mentioning here that we monitor is demographics. One fact is that younger generations in Albania are concentrated on city and top channel, while older audiences are loyal to Panorama and Gazeta Terra. So the next time someone insists they're the most popular, remember, popularity isn't number one. It's a story with many layers. And we can help you tell that story. Or if you prefer, we can help you prove it. Methods soon began to emerge. Video content, no matter the platform, always outperform text. But it's not just what people consume, but when they do it. And that rhythm says a lot. The rhythm of engagement is human, peaking between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. when people usually pause to eat, scroll, and connect. And our takeaway from this, data follows daily life. To understand people, you must understand their time. So we stopped counting clicks. We started studying moments. Then we decided to look closer at the social ecosystems where these platform stories truly live. Each platform turned out to be its own world with its own laws of gravity. As you can see, behind Facebook has the highest volume of posts, while Instagram peaks in engagement. So yeah, each platform turns out to be its own world. Facebook gives scales, but its power is reach, not intimacy. Instagram gives identity, beautiful, visual, intentional, a digital stage, not just a feed. TikTok has the highest average engagement per post, 1,296 engagement per post. Despite the ban in Albania, you have to have that in mind. That's where energy exploded. It's not a platform anymore. It's a cultural engine. It has 19 times more engagement per post than Facebook. YouTube remained the archive of trust, slower but heavier. And LinkedIn, the niche salon of ideas, small in numbers but big in credibility. And we learn something deeper than metrics here. Each one plays a unique rhythm. Facebook offers reach. Instagram builds identity. TikTok creates connections. YouTube preserves memories. And LinkedIn explains. Understanding digital behavior means learning to listen to these different heartbeats. And before looking at the industries, we wanted to answer one simple question. Who truly drives an engagement in Albania's digital space? The brands or the vehicle? We expected to see sponsored campaigns and commercial influencers topping the charts. But the data told us something else. The most engaging profiles on Instagram weren't selling anything. They were building trust, empathy, and belief. And that changed how we look at influence for FP. We analyzed the top 25 accounts on Instagram in Albania for September. And on the slide behind me, you can see the top 5. So, in September, Albania's top 25 Instagram accounts weren't dominated by advertisers. They were dominated by personalities, by humans with make. And the top of the list stood Elvis Nagy and Alfred Kajaya, both imams who use a social platform not to market products, but to inspire faith, community, and belonging. Elaine Sufi, a writer, and Drilo Noja, an actor and filmmaker, also ranked among the top, none of them promoting anything commercial. They don't sell brands, they sell belief. Their engagement is built on the authenticity, credibility, and emotional resonance. And that's the biggest discovery that we got. Influence in Albania is still human first. Influence isn't just a marketing tool, it's a mirror of society's depths. This discovery reframed everything for us. Because influence doesn't stop with people, it extends to industries. If individuals can shape trust and emotion, what are the industries doing with their voices? And that's what we asked next. We wanted to see how industries shaping the ecosystem are performing. Each one had its own digital personality, its own quirks, its own unspoken truths. Telecom brands love gadgets more than networks. Our data set showed that there were 7,400 posts mentioning iPhones and barely 500 referencing mobile or internet services. Vodafone Albania is a perfect example here. Every time a new iPhone drops, its follower growth spikes, not because of service upgrades, but because people associate the brand with the device. Vodafone and iPhone appear together so often that owning one almost feels like owning the other. Telecom fits sell technology as inspiration, not connectivity, but as a lifestyle. On the other hand, banks are quietly reinventing their public image. In social media posts, references to digital banking appear twice as often as loans, had 4 times as often as savings. They no longer sell interest rates, they sell ease, they sell trust, and they sell accessibility. Credence Bank stands out with 3 times higher Instagram engagement than its peers. Why? Because they promote ad tutorials, digital cards, and real employee stories. It's human, it's fast, it's transparent. Everything traditional banking wasn't. And in the same rhythm, retail and sports tell their stories through performance. Take Tirana East Gate Mall. There's shopping into spectacle. Its Instagram stories and reels don't just show products. They create moments with concerts, lives, laughter, families. The result, one text story can survive with more reaction than an entire monthly output. Because experience outperforms promotion. If retail creates moments, sports create movements. The Albanian Football Federation, FUSHA, dominates Instagram. We couldn't fit their performance on one slide. So, one push of a post can reach more people than 150 clubs combined, because passion is concentrated at the top. But it's not just about matches or results. Fushova boasts identity, flex, victories, pride. It turns competition into a community. Every industry tells a different story. Sometimes through products, sometimes through feelings. Our mission is to help them hear themselves more clear. Because the next era of communication isn't about posting more. It's about understanding what people respond to and why. Every once in a while, a pattern becomes a prophecy. In these industries, we began to see signals before they became stories, hints of what's next. Audiences are moving from interpretative content, from informational content to interpretative content. From what happened to what does it mean for me. They crave purpose, they crave clarity and connection. Brands that act human, who speak like peers or equals instead of corporations, are really the digital space. And the line between media marketing and meaning is disappearing really fast. We exist for those who want to understand, not just appear. For partners, institutions, and brands who ask why before they ask how much. We help them see where attention goes, when engagement fades, and how stories evolve. We help them measure impact not in clicks, but in connections. Because in a world of content overload, understanding has become the rarest commodity. And that's what we deliver. Clarity with context. The digital world never sits. Algorithms shift, platforms rise and fall. But one kick endures. People need to connect, need to be seen, and need to belong. AI detects the signal. Human analysts decode the meaning. But together, they reveal not just what's trend, but what's transformed. Our future is not about collecting data. It's about cultivating understanding. And understanding will always be the most valuable form of intelligence. So yes, our story began with a question. And after all these years, we're still asking it. Can we truly understand the digital world? Every dataset, every headline, every hashtag brings us closer. Because when you look closely enough, you realize the internet is not just random. It's emotional, it's predictable, it's human. And that's what we do. We listen to the heartbeat of the digital world and we help others hear it too. Because when we understand the story, we understand the world. Thank you very much.